Right guys, time for some mods. Welcome back guys. So if you haven't seen in one of the last videos, I got sent one of these, the Cyrusher Ranger. Great bike. It's going to be staying, but I want to do some mods to it because I think it could be better. So first up, I had one of these in stock, a 220mm Hope floating disc brake. Look at that, it's got proper brake pull and that, isn't it? So these are 180mm discs on this Cyrusher, and they just look a bit feeble, don't they? I mean, that would just look so much better. So to fit this, you're going to need an adapter, post-mount adapter, and that looks like that. So basically what this does is just space that caliper out so you can put a bigger disc on. So let's whip that disc off. Not really convinced on this kind of axle mount, but hey ho, it is what it is. Undo these torque screws. Perfect. So now see the rotation there with that arrow on it. So now we'll test fit our Hope disc and hope that it'll fit. I really need to stop this, I'm sounding like my dad. Look at that, that looks insane. I need to get rid of that reflector though. So I've just stuck 2 bolts on and just nipped them up because I want to test to see if it's actually going to work. Because the post adapter is actually from another bike which is using the same setup, so hopefully it'll work. But yeah, look, you can see the size difference there. So it's not absolutely massive, it looks a lot bigger than it actually is, to be honest. But it just looks so much better in my opinion. So we'll just take this whole setup off. We'll keep all these sort of washers and these little spacers just in case, because you never know when you're going to need them. But yeah, they're pretty decent brakes on this actually. They do work well as standard, so you don't really need to do this, but you know, we're going for the full on. Look at the size of that as well. So when you use these, you don't need as long of bolts because it hasn't got to go through the whole thing. You'll see what I mean in a minute. That where it fits onto the fork, it uses those 2 holes there, and then it gives you kind of obviously another area to attach the actual caliper. So right, let's get this done. Right guys, check this out then. Look at that bad boy. So it's not perfect. I've had to kind of, you know, use a combination of the brackets, and the contact area is probably not as ideal, but it works, and it definitely makes a difference in the little test that I've just done out here. It stands on its front wheel pretty easy. The calipers aren't the best, they're just like single piston calipers, but it does improve the bling factor. Okay guys, it's not very warm today, but we'll test this out anyway. It's nice to get out for a bit of a ride. As I was saying with this bike, I quite like the fact that basically I ain't got a throttle on here, so I'm just using pedal assist, which is good for a bit of exercise. I feel like I need to shift a bit of timber. So full kind of whack on that front brake then. That is pretty good. So just that extra leverage, I think that kind of extra moment on the brake disc is going to give you a little bit more stopping power. And you know, being as the fact this thing is weighing in at about 34 kilos, you kind of need all the help you can get really. It's definitely going to make a difference anyway. But yeah, love this bike. As I said in the review, you know, I test a lot of bikes, different ones, and this is just, I don't know, this is giving me a bit of inspiration again. I don't know if that's just timing has been right, it could be. You know, a lot of people saying, oh, what's the point of having fat bike tyres on a full suspension mountain bike? Well, you know, yeah, I do understand why you'd say that, because kind of normally one or the other, but I'll tell you what, it works and it's nice. It's an absolute blast, it really is. And it looks the nuts as well, it looks a bit different. Look at this, I've done this really nice sculpture up here. They're basically turning this into an entire wood. So like, I used to fly over here and fly the drones over here. But yeah, basically, yeah, they've created a whole new wood. Look at this sculpture. It's pretty interesting. But it's nice to see this park really, because you know, in the days today where you know everyone's building, everything's getting built on. There's no like land left, is there? But yeah, it's nice. So get back on. So yeah, as I say, there's little chihuahuas down it. So as I say, like, it's giving me inspiration to ride again, get out a bit on the bikes, which is always good. And I haven't charged this yet since the review. It's on 65% of battery. After ripping around here once before on the review, it's still on 65%. So in fact, you're getting 20 amp hours now on a lot of these e-bikes. And funnily enough, our kits are going to be upgraded to 20 amp hours as well. so our batteries are going to be a little bit bigger. But yeah, so that's good. Everything's kind of moving forward really in that sort of e-bike world. It's a lot slower than some of the other kind of hobbies or areas that I'm into. Technology wise, it takes a while. It's a little bit slower than anything else. You know, e-bike tech hasn't really moved on hugely, but you know, it's starting to. You know, seeing obviously pedal assist with torque, you know, torque sensing built into the bike like this, bigger batteries, nicer screens, more torque. You know, the controllers are definitely getting better, smoother. You know, you're finding that it's quite interesting. But I've just ordered a new bracket for my exposure light, because I can't find the other one basically. I don't know where it's gone, but I want to put the exposure light on here, because that's going to just be brilliant on here. Riding around here at night would be pretty insane. So, and those exposure lights are nuts. Like, they just create such a beam. Expensive, but they are amazing. So yeah, guys, that is what the plan is. I don't know what else I could do to this bike. I don't feel like it needs, you know, much more power for what I'm doing with it. I really don't. You know, back in the day I'd probably just go, yeah, come on, let's just stick like 72 volts on it and it'd be savage. But you know, after doing all of that and kind of realising, yeah, you know, you lose rideability a lot of the time with really insane stuff. It's just kind of interesting to do it. That's what kind of got me going on it. But you know, I'm not like by no means like a proper mountain bike rider or anything like that. I just like the kind of like the mobility aspect. I say mobility, but I like the transport access part of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like being able to freely go around on something electrically powered and not have to worry about all of the stupid stuff, number plates, insurance, all of that. But the thing is, I will say that obviously if you are riding high power stuff, you should really get bikes registered. You know, I've made videos about how to register bikes on the road. It's not easy, but or just run legal power and all of that. I've got to say this, guys. You know, I have to say it, but you know what my feelings are on it all probably by now. This is an enjoyable rip. I think I'm going to go somewhere different. Let's have a look. What I could go through there. I've ended up doing just my same old route. Probably ain't getting much exercise at the moment. Need to get my blood flowing. Let's go over here. I wanted to just sort of adjusted this suspension a bit. Like, I feel like there's a slight knock. No, it's alright. It's okay actually. I was thinking, shall I whack some like high-end Fox suspension on here or something, just to booze it up and see if it made any difference. But do you know what? I think the suspension on here is actually pretty good. I'll see what I'm going to try doing. I'm going to just go up that hill. It's where I normally fly up there, because that's quite an incline up there. Go up there, sort of do my lap, and then I think I might just go back over the woods actually. What's happened? I seem to have lost. Seems like there's a lot of power going on. Put it on the highest. I'm putting in a lot of effort here. and it's on the highest level. You can hear the motor, so it is working. What's this lot doing up here? Filming something. There's no way I'll be making up here without some sort of pedal assist goodness. Right. I don't know, weird. It's like there's school kids over here. It's quite a long way from anywhere. Oh, that's got the old heart rate going, that. Right, there's got to be an entrance somewhere around here. It's like fenced off. And there's a fence that's kind of broken down. Let's get through here. Goes a bit of off-road. See how this thing handles properly out of the off the beaten track. Oh yeah, you know, it's a good balance. This is what every e-bike should be like. You know, it should complement what you're doing. I'm sure, you know, most e-bike stuff is actually, this is a wicked little rut here. Most e-bike motors are actually more than 250 watts peak. No, they peak at a lot more. 750 or 1000. As long as they stick a little while we going, it's like we're going back on ourselves. I've got caught up in some little motorbike kind of rip area, and that's the thing, because it's heavy, it's got a bit of weight to it, a bit of presence. I want to get off this bit here. Right, I see an opening over there. I'm just going to go down here. Great bit of fun. This is wicked for here. Not been over here. This is actually a footpath as well, so I don't think that bit I was on was it? But the mud flicking up now. Yeah. I recognise this bit now. Yeah, I know where I am. So, still haven't put any slime in the tyres yet. We really need to do that. Hey! Get a bit of air there. I'm going to have a bit of an explore because I can't remember where this actually goes to at the other end of it. Ripping along, I would say that this is probably more fun than the Vapor. Yeah, that's a big statement. It's more fun than one of my custom builds, mainly because you've still got pedal assist, and that's decent. No problem at all. I recognise these guys from the flying videos. Sure. how you get out of it. I know this bit, you go straight down there and there's just like a big drop off, but whoa, I want to go another way. That's a path there, isn't it? This is it, this is what I was thinking of. So where does this go? Yeah, I'm loving that. This is sick. It's at the bottom now, drop down. Wherever you are, guys, there's places. That's the good thing. I'm on pedal assist, like pedal power 4 now. This is the nuts. How did I not know this was here? This little section. They've explicitly got signs saying no motorbikes. Another little drop over here. Pretty sick. Oh, I know where we are. This is the other back bit. Right, let's swing back around. Don't think you can go any further that way, can you? Maybe. Just missed the trick completely. Oh, you can't go down there, can you? Can you? In the back of beyond there. But it's made a difference anyway. Look at that. It's a deep old like basin. This is where stuff like this, you'll notice the power, you know, dropping. What the hell is this? Private property. Yeah, okay. This looks like a bit of an exit. Oh, I'm not getting out there, am I? It's not going to happen. Oh. I know this thing's heavy, but it's actually a good bike. I just want to be able to get out somehow. Out of here. I feel like I'm there goes road down there. Oh, I know where we are. Right, okay. So guys, I'm back. The GoPro stopped recording on me, which was a bit annoying. There was one bit where I nearly went in the river because I grabbed the front brake too hard and the front wheel locked up. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. The bike has done 25 miles on a charge so far, and it's like on 25%. So I was hammering it quite a lot, but that's the sort of range you could expect from this. Probably 25, 30 miles, under 30 miles if you're going for it off-road as well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. I'll catch you next time.